Mhm. Said we're going live. All right. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to those of you that are filing in here as we get started here, or to those of you that later on are watching the replay as always. Welcome to the Monday Musings stream as always. To those of you that might be new here, whether if you're filing in or watching the replay, as I said earlier, my name is Austin, and this is Fintastic Freaks. And yes, today we're hanging out a bit and getting some announcements out that really I've been meaning to say for a while now, honestly. See, we already got a few people in here already here with 6 likes already here before we even got started, which is awesome to see all the time. Master Aquatics Eduardo saying hello and claiming the first comment there. Always fun, always fun. And then Cyber, I'll get to you in just a minute here after we get done saying hello to some folks here. Christine Hansen and Alice B have joined the stream here now as well. Good to see you all here. Let's see here. Before we get going too crazy here, Cyber with a interesting question, something that involves thought right off the bat. Cyber saying, hi, Austin, still at work? Yeah, those Mondays, they get you. But we'll be listening. That's awesome. If you had to restart your 240-gallon tank completely all over again, what would you put in it? As I say that, we got Mountaintop Puffer Keeper joining the party here. Good to see you, Mountaintop Puffer. Welcome aboard. To your question, though, Cyber, man, oh, man. If I did not do a rainbow community tank in this 240, I mean, shoot, there's a lot of options. I could see Oscars being really nice in here. I could, you know what, we're getting a little bit of a glare off that light. There we go. That looks like it fixed it up a little bit. I got Voltage has just joined the chat as well. Good to see you here, Voltage. Welcome aboard. Yeah, Oscars could look good in there. I know obviously the big tanks, some people always, or at least a lot of people, have Arowanas pop in their head, or Stingrays would be cool too. Although I don't know if this 240 would be quite big enough for Stingrays yet. I would say if I didn't, African cichlids would be another one in here, but I don't know why. I know a lot of people like them. They're just not my thing, I guess. But I guess if I were to do this all over again, and I guess when you say the 240 and you say start all over, I'm going to presume that means like nothing that I have in here now. So, I mean, can't do rainbows, gouramis, angelfish, or clown loaches or anything. Honestly, I could see just doing like a huge, I could see ballast sharks. Ballast sharks with that metallic silver and those black tips in their fins would look really cool. Probably wouldn't be able to put a whole lot in there, maybe 4, 6 at most in there. I mean, they get over a foot. So, yeah, even with it being 2 feet front to back, that would fill up fast. Audra Meyer and Chris, Christine in here earlier. I see got a question there too. I'll get to you in just a minute, Christine, and then see Levi's Aquatics also joining in. Otherwise, Cyber, I would, man, oh man. I mean, I guess the 240 could also serve as a nice grow tank once Mac or Maboo Puffer outgrows the 40. I mean, that's another possibility, but man, oh man, because otherwise, I would say maybe a big old angelfish community tank is what I would have done in this 240 otherwise. But since I already got the koi angel in there, if it was talking about like fish that I don't have in here whatsoever beforehand, I would say Oscars would be towards the top of that list. I could see me doing an Arowana. I could also see, I guess if this would be super expensive, but just having a whole bunch of like spotted Congo puffers just going all around. That or Amazons. Otherwise, yeah, I'd have to sit and think about that one. There's a lot of possibilities. Paul McCarthy joining the chat as well. Good to see you, Paul. Welcome aboard. See here, Christine, you asked a question first here. Now that you have your Maboo puffer, do you still have any dream fish out there that you really want? Oh yeah, there's there's always fish on my wish list, Christine. Oscars being one of them. Just to say that I've tried it. Someday I would like to give stingrays, freshwater stingrays, I guess, try, as well as maybe give Arowana a try here as well. Just like a Mabu, though, they just get so huge. It's a lot of demands, a lot of cleaning, a lot of feeding. The food bill gets expensive, but I could. Oh yeah, there's always fish on my wish list because that and fish are always getting discovered. But I'd say, oh yeah, there's plenty of want fish on my list that I actually have never kept in over a decade of fish keeping. Let's see here, I got voltage. Any tips on dealing with brown algae? Got a little lazy with my 10-gallon and just noted today. Did a water change, cleaned up all the plants. I hope it clears up. I guess the first thing I would ask you is if you say you cleaned up the plants, I'd wonder, are they real plants or are they fake plants? Because if they're fake plants, then yeah, usually I just pull them straight on out and just scrub it off there, not with any chemicals, of course, or really a whole lot there, because I don't want to totally disrupt all the bacteria on there. We just want to get the algae off so it looks better. But they got algae killers out there too. Otherwise, what I've sometimes done if my tanks start getting a little more algae in there is I turn the light on for that tank a little bit less, and usually that starts killing it after I scrub it off. And as you just did, a water change. That's always worked for me, at least after I put a little algae killer in there too. But I guess I don't fully know what's going on. But if you haven't, sounds like you're taking some good steps there. But if all else, yeah, I would otherwise suggest maybe don't keep the light on. If you're keeping it on for 8 hours, maybe try just 5 or 6 instead, just to give that algae less time to bring in any light for nutrients and such. Let's see here. Liquid's the only fins. Good to see you, Matt, here. Welcome aboard and happy Monday to you as well, sir. Eduardo joining back in the chat here. Alice B. Leah has all sorts of awesome folks here. I believe someone else had another question up here earlier, or did I get them all? Oh, yeah, that's right. The brown algae. Yep, and I just talked about that one. Sometimes my memory is not great, as some of you already know. Stephen P. 2003 Aquatics. Here's an awesome guy. Lurking and changing them waters. Hey, that's what my Mondays are usually about, too. I've been, out of 25 tanks today, I have changed water and 11 of them today. They're all pretty small, though. So, well, I guess actually I did do 275s, which I consider in the medium to upper middle class, I guess, somewhat. But that's about the biggest I did. Everything was pretty manageable. It's just, a little messy, a little time consuming, but more than manageable. Thank you, though. You calmed all my nerves. Well, I will say this. Algae can be very persistent, but yeah, I would just say the main thing that I do if I do it is just, keep scrubbing it off, getting it out of there, and putting a little algae killer here and there, turning the light off a little sooner than maybe the rest of the tank, just to try to beat it. It's a formula that's worked for me anyway. T-Bones Fishy saying good day to me in the chat here. Good day to you, T-Bones Fishy. It's good to see you here. Puffer asks, have I ever tried or considered breeding any of the freshwater puffers? The Mekong puffer colony has been a fun experience up here. Lots of food needed for fry, though. Yeah, that's I learned that's the same way back when I was first giving angelfish a try, and then I got my new day job, and now, unfortunately, I guess to kind of answer your question along with that, hence why I don't really try on angelfish right now anymore either, is that unfortunately my day job just takes so much of my time when it's not my days off, Sunday and Monday, that unfortunately, even if they laid eggs like what Finley did, I've just not had the time really to put in the necessary work to raise it up. Well, that, and I don't have a male Fahaka, so unfortunately her eggs couldn't get fertilized. But we do have a guy that's willing to take the eggs next time for and do a little share if and when that happens again. Hopefully it happens again. It should happen again as long as we keep doing what we're doing. But it's I haven't yet, but someday I think mountaintop puffer, I'll give it a shot someday. Maybe when down the road when, maybe life allows me a little more time to focus on that. Let's see here. My Tanks Aquatics. Good to see it. Oh, my Fish Tanks Aquatics saying, hey, Fish Fam. Hey to you, my Fish Tanks Aquatics. Love watching fish grow. I'm with you, Paul. I mean, arowanas aren't on the tip top of my want list, but I mean, if they weren't illegal here in the United States, I'm not going to lie. Like an Asian arowana, like what Joey has had on King of DIY, gorgeous, gorgeous fish. I would love to give those a try, but obviously you can't because they're illegal here in the United States. So, unfortunately, that's out of deal. There was a black arowana at one of the stores, and by black arowana, it's kind of misleading because it's mostly silver with just some black in its fins is about all it was, which still looked really cool. That would be cool. Just trying a silver arowana otherwise, or a Giardini maybe. One of those would love to give them a try though, because they are gorgeous fish. Let's see here. And I mean, I'm also with you on the part of watching fish grow too, Paul. I think, it's cool to get a big fish right off the bat and just be like, yeah, check out this big beauty. But, when they get big, to me, it just means a little bit more, when the fish gets big and that that you are the one that raised it. I mean, like Finley, my Fahaka puffer, like if those maybe that have seen my new video that I posted earlier today, like my angelfish, like some of my angelfish were about, like their bodies were only about the size of a dime. I mean, top fin from bottom fin, they were maybe the size of a quarter. And now their bodies are about the size of a silver dollar coin. And that's just their bodies, not including their fins. It's just kind of cool to know that, they started that small and now, hey, started from the bottom, now we here. As the song goes. But yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I hope to get one of those too. Same thing with Oscars, although I guess arowanas get a little bit bigger. Well, depending on the type of arowana, I guess they get bigger than Oscars. Shoot. Christine, yes, I was actually thinking of that earlier too. Made an angelfish video, just kind of showing off my 3 angelfish tanks here, and realized that I haven't done really an angelfish care guide video here. I have thought about it. Honestly, there's a lot of care guide videos down here. I mean, I've been wanting to do more on my exodons here. I need to do another update on my goldfish tank now that we added some more fish to that. I mean, it's just there's all sorts of stuff that I could show down here yet, but I'm sure that'll come here before too much time passes. But I was just thinking, like, angelfish are like easily my second favorite fish, right behind puffers. And until then, I think the only time I ever showed angelfish was when I did my fish room tour videos, which doesn't really do them justice because, I mean, I think they're beautiful. I mean, not just because they're mine, but I just think angelfish in general are a really gorgeous, majestic fish. But I'm sure Christine at some point, care guide will be coming up here somewhere down the road. Yeah, Alice, the Asian arowana, the red Asian arowana is gorgeous. It's just watching Joey's videos sometimes with the red Asian arowana is like it's like a little tease of what we can't have down here. But I guess, you can't have them all. UPS are living the dream. Welcome aboard. Eduardo Antonio, why am I placed in time? I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't do anything to you, but there's no mod here, so I'm not fully sure. I mean, I sometimes have Nightbot as a moderator whenever I've done giveaways a while ago, but not fully sure. I mean, that's nothing on me. I didn't do nothing. See, my fish tank's going. Something popped up. Hey, Audrey. People saying hi to Audra. Oh, there's Audra. How's it going, Audra Meyer? Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know what's going. I really don't know what's going on there, man. I didn't do anything, and yeah, there's no moderators here. So I'm I'll be honest. I'm kind of at a loss for words. I really don't know what to tell you. Paul, yeah, I feel like Angelfish is one that anyone that gets in the hobby here has got to give a try here. I mean, Angelfish is just one of those fish. I mean, it's another icon of like the freshwater fish keeping and such, and it's just, yeah. I mean, of all the freshwater fish, I think you should try. I mean, outside of puffers, which is my personal style and such. I mean, but otherwise, I would say having a Tetra community tank would be one thing. If you can get like a 75 or something, or I guess some sort of tank, try a fantail goldie at some point. Otherwise, yeah, angelfish would be another one I say definitely got to give those a shot. I mean, there's a long list of that, honestly, but angelfish is definitely one of the top suggestions I would say. Like, if you're going into freshwater keeping at some point, you got to give them a try. Ever since I've given them a try, I've been hooked. Let's see here. Gasly, I want to start a fish tank channel. Any tips? I could give a lot there, but I guess without going on a lot there, I could give you a lot of tips in terms of like what I did. No promise. I mean, no promises it gets you like 100,000 at any point, but subs that is. But I mean, I would say that the main thing is just don't be afraid to be you. I mean, don't be like totally crazy and such. I mean, kind of what I kind of did at first is I kind of tested the waters, like different styles of videos, not like totally contrasting, but I did stuff like to kind of test like, okay, what kind of style do people like want to watch? But the main thing I would say here is understand what you like is understand what kind of fish you like in the hobby here. And if that's what you like, then no, that's what you like and such. And just don't try to be something you're not. I mean, I know a lot of people out there like cichlids and such, like African cichlids. And, I tried to give some Lake Malawi cichlids a try here, just to kind of, go with the trends and such. And it just wasn't for me. So, I mean, just because some people think it's popular, don't think that you have to do it. Do what you're, do what you know, do it. It's okay to expand your horizons too, but, know what you like, because that's how you get your best content out there. Is when you talk about stuff you like. The other thing I would just say is, like I say, just don't be afraid to be you. And in order for other people to give you a chance, you got to give yourself a chance. Just make content that would interest you and put it in the way how you would describe it, as if you're like talking to a friend at a restaurant or something, or like public place. Just give them a couple tips about how to take care of stuff and such, or whatever you're talking about on your channel. And yeah, just don't overthink it. Just go on there and have some fun with it, without going too much in detail. That would be my main advice. Just roll with it. Don't try to do too much. Don't think too hard about it. Just take a deep breath, relax, have fun with it, and be you. Or at least that's what I try to do. Thank you, Audra. I try to keep my angels looking nice here. I wish I could learn the secret recipe for keeping swords. Amazon swords have just not been a plant that I've been able to take care of. But at some point, yeah. Maybe I just need to get better lights here. I mean, I try to get good lights down here. I mean, I'm not going to say that all my lights down here are full spectrum, because they're not. But maybe that's the thing. Maybe I need to get full spectrum. I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't hurt. But that's a different discussion. But thank you. Liquid repeated lines of text with some caps. I mean, that could be it too, Matt. Yeah, I'm not fully sure what's going on there with sometimes YouTube chats are just weird. I mean, I guess that's never happened to me, so I can't speak from experience, but I know sometimes they're just sometimes they're just weird. But yeah, usually if Nightbot would do something, it would show something in the chat here, or at least back when I did like giveaways like about a year or so ago. So I'm sure plenty of things have changed by then, but I would imagine it would show it. It wouldn't just do it and be like, oh yeah, by the way. But on here, Metalheads Aquatic Mayhem. Good to see you, Metalheads. King Ryler just got my first Fahaka puffer 2 weeks ago. He likes snails and bloodworms. Any aggressions on other types of foods? I guess that would also depend on how big your Fahaka is currently, Kim. Bloodworms is definitely a main thing I like to have. My Fahaka, Finley really loves frozen krill as well. If it's a smaller puffer, maybe think about mysis shrimp. That's something I gave Finley when she was really young, like about when she was about 5 inches or smaller and all that. It didn't fill her up a ton and such, but she loved them. She still does sometimes even now, even though it's not very filling. But frozen krill and all that. In terms of like stuff to keep her beak trimmed and all that, I know obviously you already said you do the snails, which is awesome. Depending on how big it is, feeder shrimp or ghost shrimp would be another great option. If your store does like self-cloning crayfish, maybe consider getting about 6 to a dozen of those, or at least that's what I get. Maybe that's just because I got a lot of puffers, but get a number of those and maybe start trying to breed those on your own. And that can be another animal that could, or food source that could really help keep the beak trimmed down and keep your Fahaka puffers hunting aspects about them. That's something I like to do with my puffers, at least, is keep their little hunting instincts about them. I think it just gives them a little more higher quality life, unless you don't like live feedings, which I would understand, because not everybody does. But if you're not against it, that'd be another fantastic suggestion. Yeah, and I think it was Gasly was the one that asked earlier. Stephen P with some basically great advice there too. Partial on what said, make sure you're having fun, make the videos you want to make. Very well put there, Stephen P. Probably put my few paragraphs just into 2 sentences there. I have a knack for rambling and not always just stating the main idea, but that's it's a curse. Other folks in here, just a whole bunch of awesome folks in here. 10 people watching, 14 likes. Love it. See here. I know I've already said in a previous chat that I'm planning on going to some conventions here. Was curious how many of y'all are thinking of going to Aquaticon here later in April. Hard to believe that's coming up on a month and a half already here. It's shoot, we're already a week into February now. But seeing Kim there, I'll get you in just a minute. But yeah, hard to believe that's already a month and a half away here. And unless anything like super crazy happens, I'm planning on going to Aquaticon in Knoxville, Tennessee there. And I know I said earlier as well that I'm planning on hitting up one of the Aquashellas in either Dallas or Chicago. Kind of leaning towards Chicago, though. But would love to make both. We'll see, I guess. But Kim says the puffer is 3.5 inches. I have a tank just for snails. There you go. That's definitely a great idea, too. How much do you feed? I watch its stomach expand, and that's when I stop. That's a pretty good system to have, is once their stomach, I would say, not to when it looks totally puffed, but once it's expanded a good deal, that's a pretty good indicator of when you're about at the full level there. I mean, it's going to expand a little bit there, which is totally normal, of course. But I'm trying to think of like a good way to describe it, because I mean, you don't, right when it starts, you can go a little bit more there. I'm trying to think of a good way to put it there, but I would say just enough for where the whole bottom of its belly is round, not like round like a ball, but you can see a noticeable curve. That's about a good indicator, or at least that's where I've always stopped. Although, honestly, the puffer sometimes begs me for more, and more times than not, they win that argument. They know how to work those little puppy puffer eyes. sorts of awesome folks here. I think I might have missed one there earlier here. Alice B up there earlier saying, started an angelfish tank as a cheap alternative to discus and fell in love with them. I did a discus tank anyways, though. Whoops. I would say in terms of, I want to say it was Christine that asked what was another dreamfish mine. I have not tried discus, and at some point I want to give them a shot. I've heard a lot of people, though, say that they can be a very, very fussy fish. But at the same time, I guess I can't speak here nor there on that since I've never kept them. But discus are definitely another fish that are on there with me that someday I want to try. But I actually thought about maybe putting a couple in here in the 240. But that angelfish there is not always the most kind with other top to mid-level swimmers, which has kind of made me pump the brakes on that idea. At some point, we might go ahead and just decide, you know what, let's give it a try. And if all not, just have a tank on hand that's ready to go in case it doesn't work. Always have a backup plan. But at some point, yeah, we'll. I'm sure I'll give discus a try at some point too, because yeah, they're another gorgeous fish that after you've been in for a while, they're definitely not a beginner fish. But at some point, I would say definitely got to give it a shot. Alice also asked, do I have a least favorite fish? Oh boy. Least favorite fish. I guess if I absolutely had to pick one, I would say Chinese algae eater. Just because I think the name is, well, I'm one of the people that thinks that name is false advertisement. It is, they talk about it like, oh yeah, it's an algae eater. It'll help you keep your tank clean. It'll help get rid of that disgusting looking algae off your plants and make things look really nice. When actually they're more carnivores than they are algae eaters. So, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's just not, I mostly don't like them because of the name. It's a very misleading name. But I guess if I had to pick one, that would probably be my choice. And yeah, I'm totally with you, Paul. Discus are beautiful, beautiful fish. That's it's another fish I need to give a try at some point. I think discus with angelfish would be an absolutely gorgeous combo. One of them, you know, just having like those little points and such about them, whereas the discus, you know, just the round and all those colors. I mean, angelfish can be very colorful too, but I think that combo would be beautiful. See here, going back through, making sure I haven't missed anybody, because I know I sometimes do. All sorts of awesome folks here. Has anyone had starry night cichlids? Asks Kim. I have 4 that should be arriving next week, going into a 75. Unfortunately, with me, Kim, I'm not a cichlid expert, so I wouldn't be able to really say anything there. I wouldn't even be able to. As far as I know, that could be a South American or an African cichlid. Unfortunately, I'm not much help there. Sorry. Ray Aquatics joining in here as well. Good to see you, Ray. Another frequent visitor. That's always awesome to see here. One announcement that I want to get on here real quick is that sometime down the road here, I'm thinking of bringing some guests on here at some point. Some people that, yeah, you probably have heard. Some people maybe not. I don't want to say that I would do it every week, but kind of watching some other channels, like obviously, just to name a few here out of dozens, if not more, that do it. I mean, obviously, Chattanooga Ed, Rico Stan. Rico, I mean, obviously brings a fish guy on there all the time there. And, I mean, Fish Room Fever has done it before. Obviously, Big Tank Hank, another guy out there that does it. Fishy Biz Aquatics, all sorts of awesome folks out there do this, and it's kind of got me thinking, I need to give that a shot at some point. I need to just get some people on here and, we just chat, hang out, talk fish, other stuff as well if we want, and people just ask questions and such, or just we chat it up and can tell our fishy stories, other stories and such about how we got in it. I mean, all sorts of stuff, just like what you see on some other channels here. I've been looking at it, and yeah, as you said there, Alice, it sounds like a lot of fun there. And I'm like, you know what? I might need to get into that. Might need to try it at some point. Adele Sandri has a question here. Says, I have emerald green cories. Those are pretty. Spawn quite often for me, but I can't seem to talk my panda cories into it. Reasonably sure I have males and females based on the size differences. Has anyone had luck in spawning them and have some tips? Well, unfortunately, I've never bred cories here. Unfortunately, I haven't bred a lot of fish here other than some angelfish occasionally here. But shoot, this is what I want to say that speaking of him earlier, Fish Room Fever, James, I think, has done it before. I know he's done plecos. I want to say he's done cories as well. Unfortunately, I don't know a whole lot about that, so I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction. But one thing, though, I do know that a lot of fish tend to like that maybe could help out here. It may help. It may not do anything. But like I know a lot of fish like densely planted areas like mosses or like ferns and such. So like with pistos that I have up in this 120 long right here that you can barely see up there, they really like to hang out by the Java moss there. The only problem is their eggs really never get a chance to really develop much because I do have some other fish in there, such as mollies and a cory in there as well, that I'm sure help themselves to some free caviar. So I never really get too far on that. But mosses, woods and such, I learned is what they like to do, or put their eggs in such, or at least a number of my fish do. Maybe I don't know if that's the same way with cories, but if you don't have that already, maybe give that a shot and see if that can get them in a little bit of a mood. Like I say, that might do something, that might not. I'm not a cory expert, unfortunately. Sorry I can't be of more help, though. But oh boy, let's see. Here, going through the chat here, see if I missed any. We have to ask people if they. Does anyone know what conventions they're going to? I know we kind of talked a little bit about that last week, and I think even the week before a little bit. But does anyone plan on going to any of these other events that I mentioned earlier, such as Aquaticon or maybe one of the Aquashellas here? I know some people have been talking about Aquashella Orlando already, and I am very jealous of the people that get to go there. I mean, especially some people here in the Midwest. I know one of the other Omaha area fish tubers, Blue Dog Aquatics, is thinking of heading over there. But now that he has a store of his own here in the Omaha area, which I obviously made a video of about a week and a half ago, he's got some new responsibilities that weren't there before. But I believe he's going to try to make the trip to Orlando, which Godspeed to him for driving. But I unfortunately will not make Orlando, as I said plenty of times before, just too far. But Stephen P. Aquatics saying the Clash, I presume you mean the Keystone Clash, and the Triple Crown here. And I've heard about both here. I know the Keystone Clash is in Pennsylvania. I know, I'm pretty sure someone told me here, yeah. Hey, but I'm trying to remember where Triple Crown is. It's Triple Crown's over there kind of by the eastern part too, or am I way off? I'm looking to make some more convention. I mean, I'd like to make more than just one of the Aquashellas and Aquaticon, but we'll see. Okay, so it is kind of towards by the eastern side there. Triple Crown. Oh, in Louisville, Kentucky. I get. Oh, that should actually be easy to remember because Triple Crown, Kentucky Derby. It all comes clear now. Oh, we are working to add Fishtoberfest to Steven's list. That's another one I've heard of, but I don't. Where's that one at, Matt? Fishtoberfest. I feel like I've heard it, like Ed or I was watching their stream earlier, and I thought I heard them mention that earlier. But see here, Metalheads all saying Aquashella in Chicago for sure. Going to put my flower horn in the competition there, and we're going to try for Texas and also the Triple Crown. Well, like I said before, I'm kind of leaning towards going to Chicago. So, hey, Metalheads, maybe I'll meet you there. But I would like to get down to Texas too because, well, I actually got my bachelor's degree in Amarillo. And a lot of my friends that stayed down in the South in Texas have either gotten jobs, if not in the Amarillo or Lubbock area, have gone in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So it'd be cool to get down there, not just, get to see the splendor that is Aquashella, but also to see some friends down there too. And of course, see some of y'all finally face to face. Okay, so it's in Portland. Thanks, Matt. Goodness gracious. So a couple of them on the east, and finally we got one on the west there. I guess I do have a cousin that lives in Seattle. No idea how close that is to Portland, though. Probably, shoot. Unfortunately, my geography on the west coast is not as great as I can kind of put on the East Coast, but don't hear a whole lot that goes on the Pacific Northwest in terms of fish stuff, which is kind of weird, especially since it's right by an ocean. You'd think there'd be all sorts of that over there. All right. Got to keep it relatively, might be going a little shorter here this evening just because wife and I got some plans here, but we're good for a little while here yet since she ain't home. Meanwhile, in the Fintastic fish den, when the wife isn't home. Oh, boy. Today's drink of choice, Orange Crush, because, well, one of the teams playing in the Super Bowl is orange. Not that I guess I'm rooting for the Bengals, but at the same time, well, there's not really a blue soda out there either that I like either. I like blue Gatorade or Powerade, but can't really think of a blue soda that I really like. But Orange Crush or even Grape Crush. Every time. Love it. Fishtoberfest. And then Triple Crown. I'm going to have to look into those ones. In fact, I'm going to take a print screen right here. So I can look into those here later. Might have to see if I can maybe make one of the other ones because I want to get to some more of these bigger fish cons and hopefully, yeah, run into some of you guys there and just, I've kind of seen a lot of the fish stuff here in the Midwest here. So thinking it's time to expand the horizons here, see more what's out there. But at some point, still young here yet. All sorts of. Here, I'm trying to remember who asked me earlier about what would I stock in the 240 if I didn't do rainbow fish, or I guess any fish that's in there currently. I know I said discus earlier. Would also work as a good grow out tank for, I guess, the Maboo puffer at some point too, but probably couldn't put a whole lot more else in here then, since the Maboo puffer wouldn't even be able to stay in here for the long term. Downsides of a 3-foot fish. A lot of even a 240-gallon tank, which a lot of people think is just gargantuan, still isn't enough. I'll speed down here. I have a 15-gallon with a little bit of algae on the glass and an algae eater. Or I could keep it, or is it too small? Oh, I can clean by hand if I have to. Personally, when it comes to algae, I always just scrub it off myself there, but I guess with that kind of stuff, I can be impatient. But I'll be honest, with an algae eater, as I said earlier there, there's sometimes a misleading. I know when they're juveniles, they'll chow down on algae and such, but to be honest, I don't really remember how big algae eaters get because I haven't kept one in a long, long time. But 15 gallons, I'm trying to remember the dimensions on that. It's bigger than 10. It definitely could work out for a while there because I believe they don't get too big. But, my saying with regardless of the fish is always that bigger is better if you can get it. But, to be clear, you don't need to put a single pea puffer in a 75-gallon tank. You could, but it'd be kind of crazy. But I don't know. That's my thing. If you can always give them a little bit bigger, then usually the fish appreciate it. But yeah, snail. I mean, a lot of snails I think are good algae, but yeah, neurite snails, as Matt here says, especially are great algae eaters as well. Here, might need to get a couple. Well, I can't really put any snails here in my or too many snails here in my 240 here because, well, I mean, the clown loaches take them down pretty quickly. One downside of having them in there is that puffers aren't the only fish out there that love to just chomp on some snails. Loaches will be happy to oblige as well. While I'm sitting here, oh yeah, I've been meaning to talk about. I forgot to talk about this actually last stream here as well. I am starting to get some stuff together here for another giveaway stream here. Hopefully this one goes better than the other one, but it will. But at some point here, we're going to go ahead and finally do a stream that's in honor of, the 1,000, the monetization and such here. I mean, lots to celebrate right now. So at some point here, I'm hoping before the end of the month of February here, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put on some a live stream here. Obviously, give away shirts here. Just sent out a couple of shirts here from people finally from the Christmas here earlier because I need to get another t-shirt supplier because they just get so backed up. It's kind of silly. But I mean, I guess good for them. Business is booming, I guess. But at some point, I'm looking for other suppliers here as well because I just don't want to, just taking 2 to 3 months to just get 2 or 3 shirts made or whatever it is, just kind of is like just a little crazy. So I'm just like, I don't want to keep making you guys wait that long for when you win stuff because when you win stuff, you want to get it as soon as possible. You want to enjoy it. But at some point here, that's kind of the main reason why I haven't fully scheduled it here. But we're aiming before the end of February, or if we don't get it there, it's going to be in very early March here. Date going to be announced here very shortly as we start getting the stuff in here to give away here. If you'd like to put some suggestions of some stuff that I can give away that's not going to cost me arm and a leg to ship, feel free to let me know down in the comments about maybe some suggestions or maybe some stuff that you've given away. I'm not ready to give away live fish though yet. That's some point, but not yet. It's here. Rob's Aquarium Room. Welcome aboard, Rob. Don't think I saw you earlier, or if I did, though. Or if I did, I don't know if I said hello to you earlier. For beta fish, you can use snails for the tank. Hey, I got some snails in with my white crown tail beta, and they really help keep algae in check there, and they're like friends with them right now. Alice, hey, there you go. A lot of people give away fish food. Like, I guess one of the main foods that I like to give away that's not frozen or like to use is what do you people think about those Vibra Bites? Like, I'm trying to think of the brand that it is, like Hikari or something. Like, there's these little red, they almost kind of look resemblance like a bloodworm or something. And I mean, my Exodon tetras, my Angelfish, pretty much everybody here in the 240 gallon tank, my betas, they all love them. So that's actually a great suggestion, Alice. I'll have to do that. Get some, Hikari. I thought so. Got to get some of that, and maybe we'll give some of that away here too. Got to give away a big package though here because big time giveaway. You don't have to do a special stream to give me stuff. Just message me. But at some point, I might need to. I need to send some more people. Hey, you send me your address. I mean, I know you're here in Iowa and such, and send an address at some point. I might just send you some. There might be a T-shirt coming your way, maybe at some point. And see here. Yeah, Christine, a lot of fish I've tried to get my like Amazon puffers or some of my smaller puffers to try the Viber bites because I mean they love bloodworms and I mean they look. I mean obviously they definitely have a different texture, so I mean there's definitely a difference. But I've tried to get them to like that because obviously I mean if they could accept the Viber bites at least every once in a while, then then maybe we could it would help out with the food bill at least a little bit there. But or if it's my Amazons, figure eights, green spotteds, or even the pea puffers or red eye puffers, they just will not do it. They're just not about it. They're like, yeah, you can't fool us. We know this ain't the real thing. It's like, you haven't even tried it. How do you know you don't like it? It's like a parent to a child. Yeah, exactly, Alice. They're too smart. It's like trying to get a little kid to eat their vegetables. Like, you haven't even tried it. How do you know you won't like it? Metalheads. I have Africans that love the bug bites. I've heard about bug bites a lot here too. I'll be honest, I've never tried the bug bites. I need to though, because I see them all over, and I don't see any reason why my angelfish, the rainbows, or really the betas or the exodons wouldn't like them. Because I mean, the exodons will eat about anything I put in their tank, except my hand, thankfully. But yeah, at some point I need to try those bug bites because I know that a lot of people use them and say a lot of great things about them. I think even Corey on Aquarium Co-op has talked up about them. So at some point, yeah, I need to give those a try too. But I believe it though, because yeah, I mean, I guess when you think about it in the wild, they love bugs. Yeah, that's about what happens with me, Alice. Every time I try to give my puffers some of those Vibra bites, the Amazon ones took a bite of it one time and just like, nope, not happening. No, thank you. I don't know if I ever asked, Alice, what kind of Arowana do you have? You've stirred my curiosity here now. To kind of give you guys an idea of what we're giving away here so far, though, or what merch I have. I mean, obviously, I got some stickers coming forward, which I know is a small thing. We got lanyards. I'm thinking of designing some hats here. I think we finally found a good supplier here. Might be the same supplier as the one I might go for the new T-shirts here that can hopefully get them at a more, a more fast-paced rate here. But I'm going to get a couple of samples to make sure the product is good because while I want it to be quicker, I don't want to take away from the quality either. But I'm thinking hats at some point would be something I'd like to design out there, and maybe see at some point if we can get like a little shop made. So if anybody is interested, we'll get these shirts out there. Might change up the design a little bit just because if we're switching t-shirt people, I don't know if they'll be able to do the exact same as this, but at some point we'll have to. But yeah, I need someone that can get me 3 t-shirts sooner than 2-3 months. Absolutely, Adele. Can't go wrong with stickers. Honestly, I mean, stickers can also quickly be turned into magnets. I mean, if you get that little stuff there, I mean, you can get that like at craft stores. Just get a big enough magnet, put the sticker on there, and boom, your sticker becomes a magnet. I want to say, actually, Chattanooga Ed even did that earlier with a sticker I gave him earlier. I mean, magnets, stickers, can't go wrong with any of those. Have I looked? I see you down there, Matt. Oops. I keep bumping my table. Like, sooner or later, I need to get a better table here so I don't cause an earthquake every time I hit it. Have you looked at SPR? Hey, I might be under a rock here, Matt, but I'm not sure what you mean. But SPRING. Oh, at Spring. Have I looked at Spring? I got to be honest. That's Not a whole lot here, but I'm probably gonna feel like an idiot here, but Creator Spring. Okay, I'm. I don't know why that took me so long to get that down, but at some point, yeah, I need to try that. I have looked at some other places. Spring Tea or Creator Spring. All right, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that there as well. No, Matt, I actually have not taken a look at that, but I will. We'll take a gander at it. I guess with T-shirts initially, I was using a supplier here that made them locally here in the Omaha area, and they've been around for a long time. And I guess it's probably why it's taken them a while because, well, it's probably what part of the reason why it takes a little while for them to get it done. But yeah, Spring Tea and such. Yeah, I'll have to give those a shot here because yeah, I can't keep waiting for 2-3 months because yeah, when you guys win stuff, I don't want you to have to wait either because I know that makes you guys a little impatient. I get impatient, and yeah, it's just nobody wins. All right, here I think I hear the live one up here, so we're gonna wrap this up here before too long. I guess we got 9 minutes before the metalhead to go live here, which I'll go ahead and collect the metalhead's live stream link here. So once we conclude here, y'all can go check out that awesome stream over there. Metalhead Aquatics, rocking out every night on Monday Mayhem. There we go. Whoop, maybe not. There we go. Now we got it. And speaking of which, Metalhead's heading out there, probably getting ready for their stream as well. Thank you for tuning in there, Metalheads. Always great to see you there. Awesome channel there. Those of you that haven't already checked out their stream, they will be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central Time here, if you're in the Midwest like myself. And yeah, it's another awesome stream there to hang out with a couple of awesome people who are also part of a great fish fam here. Get that put in here at some point. And I'll also put in a link to my latest video to anyone that's interested as well here. As my latest video isn't anything too crazy. It's just showing off my new angelfish. Well, not new angelfish. Well, some of them are new, I guess. I haven't shown on camera before here. But just my angelfish in general here because I think it's a fish that I really need to start giving a little more attention to on this channel because, I mean, yeah, puffers are by far my number one fish, but angelfish are a very close number 2. They're another fish that I think, along with certain types of puffers, I'll always have angelfish here in my fish room, among some other stuff. Other stuff here. All right. In fact, you know what, guy? All right, there's not a whole lot going on in the stream here. Got a little bit of work here to do. So you know what, guys? I'm going to go ahead and call it here a little bit early. To all of y'all who tuned in here today, thank you all so much. Got 15 people watching, and we had 20 likes here today. Thank you to each and every one of y'all coming here today. The support continuously here is greatly appreciated here. No, we didn't have a whole lot to chat about today here other than just a couple announcements here and there. But it's been a hectic week, and I'm hoping over the next week or 2, possibly 3, we'll be able to stream. But I will tell you now, my streams might be off and on just because of my my day job here, being a sports writer and such. Here in February is a very busy month for that occupation as we're starting to get some state tournaments for wrestling, boys and girls basketball. We also got bowling, and then there's some swim teams and such. It's going to be a very busy February, but I'll try to get some live streams on here just so those of you that want to, we can hang. But oh yes, well, of course, big event. Is there a big sporting event going on soon? Well, I mean, Super Bowl Sunday, of course, coming up this end week, of course, which I guess I got to be honest. I guess since I never mentioned that, I really don't care who wins. I mean, with Matt Stafford dealing with what he all dealt with in Detroit, if he gets a ring, you know what? Good for him. He deserves it. I mean, if you can do 9 years in Detroit and get him to the playoffs 3 times, I mean, look at what Detroit's doing ever since they got rid of Matt Stafford, which would be nothing. But, I mean, if he can do 9 years and get Detroit to 3 playoffs and now get to the Super Bowl this year, I think Matt Stafford would be more deserving of a Super Bowl. That, and I mean, hey, the Cincinnati Bengals, while they've been to the Super Bowl, I think twice in their history, they have never won a Super Bowl. So it'd be cool to see the Bengals win one too. So honestly, not really picking one, but I guess gun to my head, if I had to pick one, I'd just say the Bengals just because they haven't won one before, and the Rams have. But really don't care. But who wins there? Either way, I think it's a great story. But yeah, folks, I'm going to go ahead and jump. I'm going to go ahead and also post the Metalhead stream link. So as y'all head on out here, you can go ahead and click on that link and check in to there and make sure the Metalheads go check out and see what they're doing as well here. As always, thanks for checking this stream out, tuning in here. And if you haven't already, I'll also go ahead and post my link to the video here after I post the Metalhead stream. I will see you all in my next stream or video. Stay fantastic, guys. Eventually, the end stream button will work. There we go. All right, later, guys.